Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through arrays and multi-set types in SQL and how you can access data once you store inside them. Okay, so I'll be discussing about these topics in this lecture, guys. So the first question that most of the students might be getting is that what is the difference between array and multi-set? So both of them are used for the same application, guys. Okay, so both of them are used to store a series of values. Okay, so array is a similar collection of data, like everything should be a string, and multiset is also of the same application. And the only difference between them which I found is there might be multiple differences, but I don't know them. So in arrays you need to specify the size, guys. Specifying size is mandatory, whereas in multi-set you'll be just writing the keyword that is nothing but a multi-set, and that's it. There is nothing to do. For this you will be writing the keyword array, and there is here you need to specify size. Here there is no need to specify any size. Okay, so and array was introduced in SQL 1999, guys. Okay, and multi-set can be used in any version of the SQL. Okay, so let us now learn about some introduction, like how you can write the syntaxes and how the data is entered and how it is extracted or how it is retrieved. Okay, so example of array of multi-set declaration. Okay, so create a type publisher as a name varchar 20 branch varchar 20. So there we didn't use any array or multi-set. Okay, that's fine. So then we are writing the book. So about book, so the title, so obviously we know that the title will be only one title. Okay, whereas author, so authors, like for few books there could be three authors, two authors, one author. And if it is a big book or a big combinational book, there could be multiple authors, right? So in that situation we are limiting the number of authors to 10 here. So maximum 10 authors can be stored here, and that too from 0 to 9, I think. So just give me a second. Okay, I think it starts from 1 only here. Okay, so please confirm it, guys. Okay, so 1 to 10 it is given in this example. Okay, and after that this is an array. So here we are declaring it an array with a particular size, and we are writing a date. Okay, so publisher, the publisher name. Okay, so publisher also will be one only. Similarly, keywords, there could be so many keywords, right? So even in YouTube, when you are creating a video, you can use some keywords to make your video get more views, like keywords or tags you will be using, right? So there is a limit, but you can use many, right? There is no limit for number of items. There is limit only for number of text, like 500 characters you can use, like that, in that way, right? So in these kind of situations you will be using multi-set, because you multi-set, so you don't want to force them to use only 10 keywords. You are giving them a chance there. So that is the use of multi-set here. Okay, so the representation of the array will be in this way. So array of the names. Always remember, any string in most of the programming languages should be enclosed in single quotes or in double quotes, depending on the programming language. Okay. Similarly, multi-set is nothing but multi-set of values. Okay, so now you might be having a doubt that, okay, so now we got some idea about array and multi-set, but how you can insert data into it, or how you can do any kind of operations. So to create a tuple of a type definition of the book, so we'll be writing in this way, guys. Okay, so here if you observe, here we wrote an array Smith Jones. Okay, and new publisher, we wrote the publisher name and multi-set here. Okay, so here the syntax will be same, guys. Create a type of publisher as, or create about what we are talking about, book, right? So create a type of book as, after that you will be writing this syntax. Okay, similarly if you want to insert something, so let me write it here, because whenever you are referring it could be better, right, for you. As okay, so similarly to insert data into it, insert into books values, so then you will be inserting the values. So the same values you can insert directly. So compiler comma arrays. Okay, so array of, you wrote the values and then you wrote the publisher and all those things. I think this is just showing you about it, guys. So whenever you are trying to declare it, this is only declaration, right? So I was a bit confused with it. So this is what the declaration is, right? Yes, so you need to specify the types and all. So here you are just specifying the values, like how you can create the values or tuples. So here we are inserting it, so using insert. Okay, yes. Okay, so now the next question. Okay, somehow we managed to enter them, or we entered them successfully. So now you might be having a doubt that how you can collect them, or how you can get them out of the tables, right? Yes. So there is a small thing that you will be using. So you will be using the indexes, guys, same as a normal array in any programming language. Here also you will be using the indexes. So select author underscore array 1, author underscore array 2, author underscore array 3. So the first three values in the author underscore array will be taken where the title is books, guys, sorry, where the title is the database system concepts. So based on these books, the author, the first three author names will be printed. That's it. Okay. Okay, so the same concept can be applied with multiple different methods, guys. So you can just cross check them for more understanding. Okay, so I hope everyone got some basic idea about this. So in the next lecture we will be going through unnesting. After that we will be moving on to nesting, guys. Okay, so let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you, thanks for watching.